What's up, everyone? Before I get started, major spoilers ahead for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. We are talking all about the ending in this video today. So come back to this video later if you don't want to be spoiled. But with that said, let's get started. So like I just said, today I want to look at the end credit scene and try to piece together what it might mean for the future of Marvel Ultimate Alliance, as well as cover a misconception around what it means. Before we get started, I want to point out that this storyline behind Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 was largely original and didn't come from any particular comic storyline, besides using aspects of Infinity Saga, namely Thanos acquiring the stones, which we have seen a lot of the past few years. I bring this up because this means that there isn't much source material to draw from to paint a specific picture of what the end credit scene is hinting at, so we have to talk vaguely and somewhat speculative, unfortunately. But with that being said, I have 3 theories to discuss on what this scene means for the potential of Ultimate Alliance 4. The first one I want to start out with is the one that I don't think is accurate, but I commonly see people referring to as what they believe the end credit scene is suggesting, and that is the Arrival of Galactus. So like I said, I don't think this is actually what the end credit scene is hinting at, because as far as I'm aware, Galactus doesn't have any association with Infinity, Infinity Stones, the Heart of Infinity, etc. With that being said, this doesn't mean that Galactus won't show up in a 4th game. In fact, I still think he is the most likely candidate to appear in the sequel. Galactus is the next obvious villain after Thanos, and the one that a lot of fans seem to be demanding. From the little we know about the Shadow of Doom DLC coming out in spring, Galactus appears to be absent from that, which to me says that they are probably saving him. So yes, I really hope he is part of the next game because he would be an awesome antagonist, just like in Ultimate Alliance 1. Speaking of which, I think Ultimate Alliance 1 is the reason a lot of people assume this end credit scene is Galactus. In the first game's end credit scene, we see Galactus emerge from cosmic darkness with only his eyes visible at first, which is very reminiscent of the 3rd game's end credit scene. We never get to see this cliffhanger from the first game play out, instead we only hear it mentioned in the in-game dialogue. Since MUA 3 is a soft reboot of the franchise, it would be nice to see Team Ninja's take on implementing Galactus into the game as a major player. So yes, I totally agree that Galactus should be a main villain in the 4th game, but I don't think Galactus is what is being hinted at here, since this scene definitely has something to do with Infinity. Which brings me to my next theory, and that is that we will see greater cosmic entities, namely Infinity and possibly Eternity. Without going too into the weeds on these characters, they are extremely powerful cosmic entities within the universe, and each represent and embody a different aspect of the universe. Eternity represents all time, and Infinity represents all space. They are considered brother and sister and typically appear together, which is why I think both could show up. But for this theory, I'm mostly focusing on Infinity herself. The reason I think the end credits scene eyes could be hinting towards her are because of the location. The final battle takes place in the Heart of Infinity, where Thane mentions was the birthplace of the Infinity Stones.
The center of the universe. The birthplace of the stones.
This is also where he opens portals to claim the Infinity Armor. The eyes also emerge above the Heart of Infinity, and the end credit scene itself is called Beyond Infinity. I've been saying the word Infinity a lot, so I can't help but think this is some sort of suggestion towards a greater cosmic presence of Infinity in some way. What that could be specifically, well, I don't know. Like I said earlier, this is an original story and could really go in any direction, and this end credit scene is very vague. Maybe Infinity will need the heroes to reform their alliance to stop a cosmic threat and maintain balance within the universe. Maybe this is how we see Galactus enter the fold too. I wish I had more answers, but for now, I think there is a good chance the end credit scene is referring to a higher power, namely Infinity. But I still have one last theory. Admittedly, not as cool, but often the simplest answer is the correct one. You may have heard the rule of comic books that nobody stays dead except for Uncle Ben. Well, this last theory is that the eyes are a way of hinting to us that Thanos and Thane are not dead. The last we saw of them, they warped out of existence, leaving only the stones. Gamora even comments that she knows Thanos will return somehow.
So, I guess we won?
Only for now. If I know anything about Thanos, it's that he always finds a way to return.
The eyes at the end over the Heart of Infinity could possibly be symbolizing Thanos and Thane still being around. The eyes seem to resemble vortexes, possibly to another dimension. It seems clear from the final cutscene that Thanos knows more than he's revealed about the stones. He knew about the Infinity Armor and that no mortal could handle it, and he seems determined to let Thane die so Thanos himself can destroy the world.
This universe will be mine alone to destroy, child. Even if I must save it from you first!
But the armor!
That armor is a curse. Far too powerful for any mortal being to contain. There's a reason I chose to wear only one of its gloves.
You knew.
Of course. And more importantly, I knew better. I am taking away our pain.
His last words are that he is taking away their pain, which is most likely in reference to how the stones have been a major factor in Thanos' life and goals, yet he leaves them behind in the end. Maybe Thanos and Thane have become something greater through the heart of Infinity. Maybe they have merged into a higher being. Like I said, it's tough to tell where exactly this is going with the information we have now, but it's clear some greater cosmic entity is watching over us. And honestly, the next story could involve a combination of all three of these theories. Infinity could play a role in Thanos and Thane emerging, and somehow Galactus gets tied into it. You never know. But I'm going to leave the speculation there because I could go on all day about that. That being said, I hope the Infinity Stones sit the next storyline out, because I think a lot of us were getting stale on that storyline even before the third game came out. So I'd really like to see the developers and Mark Sumerak explore a storyline that isn't as influenced on the movies, because I think they could do something really cool with it. But those are my theories for what the end credits scene is hinting at. If we end up getting more hints at a fourth game story in the Shadow of Doom DLC, I'll be sure to make an update video regarding that. There was a recent Datamine that suggests additional story in the Shadow of Doom DLC might be a possibility, so if you haven't seen that video, I'd recommend checking that out too. If you have any suggestions on today's video or differing theories, you can definitely let me know in the comments. If you're still playing Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 a lot like I am and want more people to play with online, you can join us over on Discord. I have a link for that in the description below. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.